back of it, and we've got Velcro in the middle of my steering wheel. So it's cheapest free device you can ever buy out there, by the way. But secondly, I own this way so I keep both hands on the wheel and still look out the windshield while I'm driving, and then I can kind of chat with you guys. So, we're in Idaho now, and I haven't been in Idaho since 2012, maybe 2013, when I was coming back up from Utah when I lived down here, or I'm almost down here now. Oh, I said down here. When I lived down there, I was hauling, some people call them cans, but they're containers. Excuse me, containers. And you might think, well, Utah's kind of a weird place for there to be a lot of containers at. Kind of. I don't know if you guys know the story or not, but the first transcontinental railroad, it met east to west point was in Promontory, Utah. But if you go south from there, not necessarily in a straight line, but if you go south from there, pretty straight, you'll run into Salt Lake City, which is where Union Pacific has a huge rail yard where they take containers on and off of on and off the trains. Now, you may go, okay, well that's great. Well, I can understand why stuff would be going out of Salt Lake, but why is stuff, or coming in, but why is stuff going out? Well, all up here in Idaho, and at least when I was picking up in Idaho, a lot of agriculture products. So I picked up a lot of potatoes, a lot of onions, even picked up apples. Now, there wasn't necessarily apples growing in Idaho. They were growing like in Washington, Oregon, all that kind of stuff. But they have a big cold storage house here. So I would pick them up, and then they would be taken to the rail yard and loaded on a train. And sent all across the country. Now, the other thing is, you go, okay, well, that was for that stuff, but that's, a huge rail yard, and it seems like that's a lot to go out from a rail yard. And you'd be right. But there's actually a lot of, in Utah, don't know how much in Idaho. I just know Utah because I lived there for a while and worked there and all that kind of stuff. But in Utah, there's actually a lot of manufacturing facilities. Now, one of which I worked at before, but if you guys have ever went and either bought or sat at a bowling table that was plastic for a top, more than likely, or actually another one too, is those portable with basketball hoops. Most of those are all made by a company called Lifetime, and Lifetime is out of Fairfield, Utah. And I worked there for a little bit, not garbage truck. I worked there. I actually pulled stuff off of, they had a powder coating facility, and then stuff would come in hanging like basically out of chain. And we'd take the stuff off the chain and then pack it into the boxes. So I packed thousands of those portable basketball hoop units into boxes tons of those. I did tables, chairs, all that stuff. But anyway, that's not the only one that's there. But the cool thing about that one, and there's some other ones that are there, is they're on what they call the Freeport Center. What the Freeport Center used to be was a depot during World War II where they would make supplies, but also they would collect supplies and stuff there to send out from there to the battlefields. So that's why you see a lot of, like I said, why the trains are there, why everything's there. It's just that was a central location to get stuff from like the West Coast, to send it to the East Coast, or from the East Coast to send it to the West Coast. So, so that's where that's where a lot of the stuff from east to west ends up right there. So, not only did the railroads meet up there, but they still use it for that purpose today. So I thought that would be a little bit kind of cool information for you. But I haven't driven in Idaho in that long, and I got in Idaho, and I always had a higher speed limit for a while because, especially in southern Utah, or southern Idaho, southern Utah too, southern Idaho, once you get past the Boise area, there's nothing for miles. And it's basically all concrete interstate too, so it's really smooth. But speaking of which, I used to haul asphalt silicote, by the way, and asphalt's great for parking lots, small roads, and stuff like that. I'll never understand why they started using asphalt to go over interstates to repair them. There's a reason they were built in concrete in the first place, because they were built to last. Nowadays, because of the way that everything is, most of the companies that construct roads construct them with materials that will last a while, but are going to have to be redone after a little bit. And you may go, well, why would they do that? Well, you only really have so many customers that are going to want to build roads, number one. And number two, if you build a road that lasts 50 years, well, guess what? You just worked yourself out of a job. So that's why they do it. But, dig that, man. Right. Driving east. That's one thing I've never liked about driving east. The morning time always sucks. But anyway. So, yeah, this could be longer than yesterday, but there's not much scenery to really show you today. That desert highland up there in Oregon with the snow on there. It kind of looked like you're sitting on top of like a really wavy ocean. But then it also kind of looked like the cloud was cool. But it's got a little outdoor thermometer gauge here on the car. And I was watching, and it got down, at one point, we got down to the single digits. It got down to 8 degrees outside. Woo! Now, where we got to last night in Ontario, it was in the 20s at least. And you might go, whoa, what do you mean at least? Well, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Oh, come on. Just a pretty boy. I want to talk more about it. Born and raised in South Detroit. Can't help but sing pretty. Took the midnight train going anywhere. Yeah. Anyway, guys. Just thought I'd come at you a little bit this morning. Give you a good morning. Give you an early episode today. The episode I upload tomorrow will be Utah and that kind of stuff. But yes, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of one today, like I said. Idaho's got some cool stuff up north, but down south, there's not even anything cool like that. And, I mean, just to show you, that was rush hour in Boise, by the way. See how we didn't have stop and go? Well, Boise was smart, too. Let me give them credit, their Department of Transportation. They started widening this road long and building it bigger and all that kind of stuff long before traffic became a problem. We've been pretty good about planning and building this freeways. I give them all Idaho Department of IDOT, I guess that's what you call it, right? IDOT. I give them plenty of credit for doing a good job here. Because I know when I lived in Washington, I was driving all the time, you know. I contacted a state representative there, you know, and I explained to him, and he actually, I called him, left a message or whatever, and said, you know, or maybe sent an email, but I was like, look, I drive on these roads, I can tell you, I know traffic engineers are going to tell you how you should fix things and this and that. I'm going to tell you the psychology of the drivers, and I'm going to tell you what will work and what will make traffic better. It wasn't too long after that I had the stuff happen with my neck and finding out the lesions on my brain and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't able to drive for years. I just, you know, before we started slow turning, got my license back and all that kind of stuff and I'm not one of those people that like, well, I'll take medication, but I'm not going to say anything and I'm going to drive. No, I was taking medication and that was going to affect my driving and stuff like that. And, you know, being an old truck driver, I don't mess around with that stuff. I've seen too many people get in accidents, too many people hurt, all that kind of stuff to mess around with any of that. And let me tell you guys, it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, or what color you are, or what car you're driving. At any time, you can be in an accident. And it might not even be caused by you. It might be the other guy in the next lane next to you that's on medication, or is distracted by a cell phone, or has been drinking, or this, or that, or, you know, all kinds of things. But if you're distracted, or on medication, or inebriated, or whatever, and then you run into, you know, somebody on the road that's doing that stuff, well, whatever chance you may have had to avoid that accident, you just, oh, whoa, guys. stuff on there, it might be radioactive waste because it was in some huge tanks, probably about 300 or 400 gallon tanks. And the reason I can estimate the size is we used to haul water tanks, empty water tanks, and deliver them, like huge ones. Well, they were made out of fiberglass, and it was funny, you could roll them or whatever, but they were, I mean, some of them were like 1,000 gallon tanks. They ain't no way you're moving that when it's full. 8 pounds a gallon, that's 8,000 pounds, but it didn't weigh that much when it was, when it was empty. So, anyway, I'll finish with this, why I tell you that story. Wasn't long before my truck driving days were done. I mean, we're talking a few months. I was coming on 512 towards I-5, which if you've ever been in Washington, you know where I'm talking about. And sorry, Boo was laying there, and there's a pillow there, and it showed my shifter from driving neutral, or I'm driving neutral, driving low. Anyway, so I was heading there, and all those millions of miles I've been, and I never was in an accident. The only accidents that I was ever in a truck was when I very first started. That's why I say millions of miles, because it was all the miles I've done. But it was a accident when I was backing up in a parking lot, and I had to back around the circle. And of course, my luck, when something bad happens, it's like nuts. So when it happened, I backed around, backed into the fender of what was then a brand new 350Z. Brand new, still has a paper tag on it from the dealership. Like the paper one that advertised, but also that paper, I don't know if you guys have that in your states. I think most states do, but a temporary paper license plate had that in it too. Yeah, so I felt really bad about that one just because that was that person's brand new car. So anyway, but that was the only one. But this one was close. Still to this day, I couldn't tell you how exactly I avoided. Well, I can tell you how I did it, but I don't think I could ever repeat it. Because it happened so quick, I couldn't even think about it, and it was all reflex. So anyway, I was coming down that road, and there was a cop. I was in the right lane. I usually always, even in a car, most of the time I sit in the right lane. And I guess it's part habit, but also part habit, but then also I like to do it for, it's just safer. In case something happens, you have a way to get off the road. Okay, and I've driven a lot of piece of crap vehicles in my life. Lots of piece of crap vehicles. Like, most of the budgets of the cars I've ever bought in my life have been under $1,000. Unless I've made payments on them. And yes, I've made payments on this car. But I also don't plan on getting rid of this car. Probably maybe ever. I don't know. I'm just at that age now where it's like, just take care of it and all that kind of stuff. And got a pretty good deal on this. It's $13,000, so can't beat that. Anyway, now you can see how the ADD of my brain works. Anyway, so I don't know how I avoided it. But off to the right-hand side, there was a cop there that had someone pulled over. And so I was watching that. And then, for those that don't know, if you get too close to a semi-truck as it's going by, especially if it's going by at close to highway speed, there's the way the wind comes off of it, it can suck you under the trailer and you ran over. So, just so you guys know that out there, be careful around big trucks. And that's why being on the side of the road is one of the most dangerous places you can be. If you can go very slow on a flat tire and get to an off ramp or somewhere else, better place to be. Anyway, so I'm watching that. I go by them. I look in the mirror to make sure nobody's sitting over there. And I look back, and traffic is all of a sudden stopped right in front of me. And when I say stop right in front of me, I mean there was no way for me to brake. There was no way. If I would have slammed my foot on the brake as hard as I could, there was no way that I could stop. And you may ask, how do I know that? Because now I'm in the right lane. There's traffic on the left side of me. The only way I have to go is into the emergency lane. So I hit the brakes. I whipped the steering wheel to the right. I let off the brakes. I burnt the gas so that the truck starts to pull that way as quickly as possible. Then with the wheel again, brake, hit the gas burn that way, and I pulled in. I mean, within inches of hitting that car that was in front of me. And you have to remember, I'm not hitting gas the whole time. And once I got over there in the emergency lane, I was, hitting the brake. It was about 10 cars forward before the truck came to a stop. And this was when I was empty as well. If I was loaded, I was in a tanker truck and would have probably rolled over. So, that's why when I tell you, everything can go away in a second. It might not be your fault. But you really need to be alert out there. So, anyway, guys. And as you can see, I haven't really been looking to get down either. Most of the time, I've just been talking and recording so you guys can see it. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I know it's a little longer episode. Hope you enjoyed the little story. If you'd like to hear more, because I've worked in numerous different states and numerous different kinds of jobs. Food service, truck driving, construction, karaoke host, I've done lots of things. So, if you want to ask in the comment a question, like, what was your worst job, or what was the greatest thing you ever did, or anything like that, because it's hard for me to necessarily remember off the top of my head. So, if you're interested, ask me a question below, and I'll think about it and figure out what the answer is to that. Oh, speaking of which, really quick before we get out, I was telling you yesterday about trying to make the Boise State stop. I'm going right by that right now, so would have been about 30 minutes longer, but there's no reason to, or actually more than 30 minutes. It would have been about an hour or so longer, but that's fine. I'm not under a like appointment time. I have to be there. So anyway, oh, and this is really the last thing, and then we'll go. A 2015 Subaru Impreza, for being a small car and sleeping in a car, it's actually pretty comfortable. The seats almost lay all the way flat. The front seats do. And I can stretch my legs all the way out forward without having to bend. So, just for those of you out there who are wondering or wanting to get something to be a nomad that's cheaper on gas than a van. Anyway, guys, until next time. Until next time, going progressing, Germany. See you guys later.